Does right here from the jump. That's going to give the offense terrific field position for this opening drive.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles, well, they stuff the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
Hurts now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
First, you try to run it. Second, you try to throw it. And both times, you end up behind your own line of scrimmage. Break out the coffee along the sideline. Get everybody a dose of caffeine because one side came to play and the other better wake up.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
This is why we hear about so often when you evaluate players. Once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Commanders will go on offense.
Ready?
First carry now for Austin Ekeler. And have him gain about a handful there. Zach Bond with the tackle. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
On the ready. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jacoby Dean in on the tackle. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
Ready?
Another carry for Robinson. 1st down and more, past the 40. Past the 20. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
It's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Austin Seibert on to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Diving right side, got it! It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I love throwing on 1st down, and when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
And they bring him down around the 34. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Second and 8. A throw left side, caught by Brown. This is ahead for about 5. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're moving it well, but now face a 3rd and short. This one finds Goddard. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out! And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
Kate, did those sidelines get loud or what? It was practically in unison. Everybody's shouting to jump on top of that one. We just needed an official signal if it was 6 points or a touchback. And fortunately for them, well, it was a touchback.
And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Here we go, set. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's brought down for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
2, go.
From the gun, it's Daniels. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That stopped at the 48. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Commanders trying to make some noise before halftime. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Get it.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. He gets 6 on that play, and the Commanders will have a first. New set of downs for him from the 46. Daniels on 1st down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off Reed Blankenship.
Intercepted by the Eagles. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Running left. This is Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
From the 41. He rolls to his right. And no look there, and that throw falls to the ground.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
On third down, it's Hurts. On the move, headed right. On the run right, throwing deep, brought in, inside the 20. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he drives this forward to the 6. The Eagles decide to spend their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Intercepted in the end zone. And the Commanders will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line. First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half.
Come on, set.
They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. They won't gain anything on the run as time runs out in the first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Has this at the 6. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he gets him into a good spot, just a yard or two shy of the 40-yard line.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce into your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. First and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
At the 47-yard line.
And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. This one goes for 3 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Ready?
Staying with Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you could come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
This is Eckler on second. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a third run after back-to-back negative losses.
Let's go now.
Third and long for Daniels. Challenges double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles get the football back at what's marked at the 37-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10. You're going to go with Barkley on the counter. And he's tackled for a short gain. Working quickly here. Here's another carry for Barkley. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Offense in the hurry up here. Throw on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
It's a gain of 10. And an Eagle.
First down, a run with Barkley. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. They go to Barkley again. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Offense up to the line fast. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. That's into the hands of Barkley. On the move, past the 40.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. You're set up at the 35 now. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, some positive yardage there, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling, and they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Cut. Ready, right?
And he got there to make the stop at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Ready.
He'll throw it. Oh no, the ball is loose! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
And this one's off the mark. It's going to wind up short and too far right. And the deficit stays at 7.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Complete. It's McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Austin Seibert sets to kick off.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. Fielded at the 7. And he gets crunched by a big hit right at the 25 to end that return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Chased out to his right. He's got Devontae Smith. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Eagles losing by 14. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Now Hurts. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
24-yard gain on the play.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Hauled in left side. And he's out of bounds right at the 25-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased, go ahead, I don't care.
You're
But the
biased.
success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
60 Eagles. Get up. 70 Lions. Get up.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's going deep this time. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders go up by 12 in the 4th. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game.
Washington will line up with a 2-point conversion.
Ready.
He's throwing for it. And no connection on the 2-point try. It fails.
Well, maybe some second guessing of that play after the miss. I think it was just an instant of the defense guessing the call correctly and right on the spot.
Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Don't touch that. Don't touch.
Hurts now from the gun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Don't touch that. Don't touch.
Here's Hurts. That's incomplete left side. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Easy. 63, back. Don't touch.
Now to throw. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Down a couple of scores. Those 2 timeouts they've got left are going to be crucial. Here's 1st down. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Trying to push it deep downfield. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Was Devontae Smith the intended receiver? So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Good. Crowd up, Yeti. Don't touch.
Looking to throw it. Forced out to his right. A bit of desperation on it. That's caught at the 25. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Cut near the goal line. And that's good for a first down. Now the offense going to take its third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Going jumbo set on this first and goal. QB sneak coming. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown! I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. The fact that they pulled that out on a first and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did. And
that could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders make the play that should win them this game. As we approach the final half-minute of play, their comeback hopes resting on recovering this kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Commanders. That should just about lock up the win. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Ready, break.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go.
Here's a give to Robinson. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road for what looked like a very plain play.
To score this